Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza Creates. Thank you for joining me today. Now, I recently did a video where I showed some things that I was gifted at a team retreat. And one of the things was these lovely papers. And I said I would do something with them. And it's these 2 pages that I am going to do something with today because they inspired me straight away. It's quite thin paper, so it does need a bit of backing, but I thought that would make a nice envelope, and I thought these would make lovely journaling cards. It's upside down, Jez. And I thought front and backs quite nicely. So that's what I've done, and I'll just show you where we're going. So the envelope has ended up like that, and I lined it with some vintage dictionary. And I think that turned out well. Stamped an address, that's a real stamp on it, and yeah, decorated it like that. And then I turned this into 3 journaling cards. So that's the side to write on. There's not masses amounts that you can write, but you know, you can do a little bit of and then on the other side I've decorated it with a real vintage ticket and a real vintage stamp. So each of them are decorated like that, and I thought they were well cute, and they will fit in my envelope sideways. They fit. Something went wrong with me using my envelope punch board, because this doesn't come out quite the size I had intended it to. So we'll see what happens when I try and repeat it. So I'm going to glue the paper on the back of that so that it can be drying before I start making with it, because yeah, you can't cut and things quite so well when the glue's wet. So here we go, a big glue stick. So I've got more than I need, actually. I should have cut it down. Let's see if I can't do that now. Yeah, we'll do that now. Just get the edge off there. I don't know where my normal rip ruler is. I may well have not unpacked it, actually. That's a possibility, Jez, that you haven't unpacked it yet. It takes me so long to recover from a big trip, and I've done quite a bit. I've unpacked my swaps and my gifts, and I filmed them, but yeah, that's better. But I haven't. Molting. It's my medication. There we go. Yeah, I maybe didn't go into the back pocket, which is really long, which is where my big ruler is. Although I did get out my big scissors. That's because I looked away to my scissor, where my scissors are kept, and it was like, yeah, you definitely unpacked your scissors, and the big ruler was in the same pocket. But it might be that all I needed at the time was my big scissors, and so I would have left the ruler in, because that's how I roll. I'm not really bothered that I've got a rip there, because you probably won't see it. You're only going to see a wee bit of this, but it is to kind of give it a bit of strength. So we do it that way. Yeah, just do that, and then turn it round and have a little fiddle. It should be about all right. It will be about all right. And then come in with my new, oh, lovely bone folder. Just ripped all that. That's a new rip. I'm just going to bin it. It is so fragile. That's dictionary page paper, and you know, vintage paper. This dictionary. I don't know how old the dictionary is. Maybe, I don't think it's quite 100 years old. But it's the pages are fragile. I'm going to be all right with that because that's the top bit. So you're not going to see that. So I'm not worried. Not worried at all. Just managed to, there we go. This is one of the reasons why I'm leaving it to dry. And also why sometimes it's better to flatten on the outside. There we go. Didn't do any of that when I did it the first time, of course. So I'm going to leave that to dry. So now, working on these. Let's move my board out of the way because I don't want you. I got my rip ruler and I just ripped it down there. We'll just do the one because I might do something different with the others. I had a different idea as well. There we go. And then ripped like that. I want to rip that a little bit closer. And then because I like to have all the edges ripped going along the bottom there, this is where, because it's not much to come off, you have to be a little bit more careful. Can I do this cack-handed? I'm not really sure, Jess. Let's see. I did. There. Fancy that. And I've already cut out of, oh, I cut two. Out of craft card, I already cut what I need. I'm not giving you sizes because you might not have this bit of paper. So I just kind of did it so there was a bit of a border around. And of course we do have to inky dink around everything. So I've got Big and Boy here. There we go. I've been sorting, I've sorted out sort of like the inks I want near me so that I just have the ones I use. I've got that many ink pads, it's ridiculous. That's what comes from being a Stampin' Up demonstrator for 6.5 years and never getting rid of a retired colour. I just got loads, so I just thought, why have I got bright pinks in front of me? I never use bright pinks. Get rid. Move them. Get rid of them from all I want near me are browns and greens, really. Browns and greens. browns and greys. Oh, and some greens, to be fair. I have got greens near me. My purples. And I don't have far to go to get the colours that I've put away. They are just behind me in a carousel. So it's not like they're completely gone. So that was that. That's really quite simple to do. And then I just glued them in place. So I saw a meme once. It's like, I cut up paper and glue it back together again for fun, which is literally what I'm doing now. But it is fun. I do enjoy it. There we go. So I had difficulty working out which was the right way up. It's that way up, Jess. It's that way up. So stick that down. Although this is the first one going down, it wouldn't matter. It's the next one. You've got to make sure that it's up the right way for the other one. It's really weird. So I've been binge watching a series, and because I was watching it whilst I was doing this, my head just went straight back to that series. Is that weird? Does other people do that? I wasn't quite ready to film yesterday. And yeah, So I've been watching Glitch, and I was like, oh, I need to recap. I need to remind myself. It's ages since I watched it. And I discovered that I managed to jump over season 2. I didn't watch season 2 at all. I have now watched it. And my son went, did you not notice that things weren't marrying up? I was like, no, not really. And I said, it's strange, but actually there was a slight bit of confusion at times. It was like, oh, it worked out how they managed to get over that bridge. But which explains in season 2. And but it was like, no, it wasn't actually a massive problem at all. So it wouldn't be the first time I've watched series out of sync. So I want a stamp because it's travel. Let's have a stamp that I can put on here. Oh, that one might be quite nice because it's got that colour there. Yeah, that's from Salon. And that is that King Edward? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, there we go. That's me 2 cents worth. That made me laugh. I do laugh at my own jokes. And then I want some vintage ticket, which I don't know why I put away. It was a bit silly, Jess. So I got these vintage tickets in a job lot, and lots of them are like these full tickets like that, which are too big, but some of them are like these tickets here where you've got a single and a return, so that's actually probably never been used then because it's not cut up. And yeah, so I thought they'll be cool. Right, what about that one with the orange on it? Yeah, we'll have that. And then what I did was took my hairdressing scissors, the thinner scissors, put the comb bit on the top, and just, oh, what I want to do is make a hole in the middle. Let's do that because these have got holes in the middle. So I'm going to do that. Might do a big hole in the middle. That's not the middle, Jez. Let's undo my wee screw. I've got loads of faux tickets that I've made, which I thought I'll use those. And I haven't located them. Obviously, in my tidying up, decided what would be a good home for them. And I can't find them. I couldn't find these, to be fair. I decided what was a good home for these. And not found them. There we go. So that's the ticket. I might put the little one there. Return one. Look, colours go so nice. I'll have those. And then put you away. I did ink round. You certainly think these already are old, Jez? Don't really need to ink round, but I did. So let's have remember. Remember you're a wombo. And so I cut that. These are just words I made on my computer, just in Word. Just made a table and made these words. There we go. Bit of remember. And I had a bit of lace, which was just laying on my desk. It's not visible at this moment in time. That is so useful. I've kind of scrunged things, as you do, scooch them to the side to start doing something, and I can't find that bit. Looking around now for something else that might work. Quite like that. A little bit, not quite the right colour, but you know, we can change it. We can. Bit of ink. Bit of. I bought a load of alcohol markers. Let's see if I I can change the colour with this. Let me check my time. Oh, gonna be late. Gonna be late. It's in my date. I think that's changed the colour. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's worked. That'll do. Yeah, there was a cheap offer in B&M and I couldn't resist. Got I don't know how many I've got, not counting right now because so I'm going to put that glue up there just because brain's not working. So do a little bit of inking around here. I normally hold it with some tweezers to do this, but for some reason I feel that this was quicker, and it's actually not, Jess. Not quicker at all. There we are. Stick the remember in there, and then we'll cut that. Cut it straight down. Can you see? Just cutting it down the edge there. There we go. Yeah, cooking on gas. So a little bit inking around here. So it's already old, so but don't mind inking. Don't mind inking again. So stick you down. Can't believe I'm using original stuff not long after having bought it. I did get 300 and some of them are cutting in half like this, so I think I can spare them. And that's not counting the ones I already had. So still lasts me my crafty lifetime, I am sure. Still, I like to do, I like the rule of 3 when doing little clusters and things. This is Collard glue, which is solvent glue, so it works, and in the UK so much cheaper than Fabitac or Beacon 3-in-1, and it's pretty much the same stuff. So I buy a litre for 20 quid. Lasts me about a year. There we go. So that is how I did those journaling cards. Nice one. So now it is, I can do my envelope, and I just use the envelope punch board quite simply. So still feels a little bit wet. I think we'll be all right. So I've got my envelope punch board, and this is 2 1/4 by 3, I'm sure. Yeah, 2 1/4 by 3. So I looked down here and there was 2.5 by 3. That was the one I was going for. 2.5 by 3. So I need 5 by 5, which is why it didn't matter that this wasn't covered. So 5 there. Cut that bit off. Got a scrap. 5 by 5. What I did was I took, instead of taking a whole inch, I took like 1/2 inch off each end. But I might actually make this one different and go there, and then I'm getting rid of most of that. There we go. So that's my 5 by 5 that I've got there, ready for the envelope. You can make envelopes without an envelope punch board, but I've got one, so I'm going to use it. Now, I want that to be the flap, so we're going to do that in the first one. It says there, I'm going to get my glasses on to make sure that I've got it right. It says there that my score line is 2 3/8, so that is 2 3/8. Oh, I didn't score. Then I line that tail there up with the line I've just scored. We punch again and we score, and we punch again and we score, and lastly we punch again and we score. It is the same. Maybe it is 2.5 by 3, Jez. That's over 3. Yeah, because it makes it a little bit bigger. That's just under 3. Is this right? So then we just do that. So that's going to be the bottom. So we're not going to see those bits. Is it? Yeah, got a little bit there, doesn't matter, I can cover that. It's kind of, that's how I wanted it to be. Or I can have it that way, but that would be upside down. Kind of wanted it that way. I could do it that way. It's mine, I can make it whichever way round I want. Yeah, we'll have it that way. We'll have it so the longer bit's on the side. Whereas the other one, it's gone that way. They are the same size. But this one, I'm going to do that way. Yep. That works for me. So, although it doesn't work there quite so nicely, does it? Decisions. Yeah, don't like the way it works that way. Yeah, scrap that. It's just that that looks nicer that way. It is slightly different. Yeah, we'll stick with that. We'll stick with that. So we'll round this one. My son's gonna be ready, go out for his walk, and I'm not. Sorry, love. Oh, I've still got 8 minutes. There we go. Put you back. Always put the bone folder back in there. I always think envelope punch board is a good deal because you get a bone folder and a corner rounder, and it makes envelopes, and you can make boxes as well, and crackers and bows. Very versatile piece of kit. Thoroughly recommend. Christmas will soon be here. You might be making some crafty Christmas wish lists. It would be, if you hadn't got one, I'd be putting it on my list. There we go. And then we just go around the outside. Those buffalo girls go round the outside. There we go. Don't quite know what I was doing there. That sounded awful. There we go. So that's that. So then we'll just do a little dot of art glitter. There we go. Stick you down. Go down there. Go down there. up there, but not the top. I do normally fold it down, but I'm leaving that with that nice little curve there. Quite like it. I like it. I think it looks nice. So that's my envelope. So then we're just decorating our envelope. I've got an address here, so we'll stick that on. Do it in my Pebble Path. I love Pebble Path. Put a bit of U on there. I do need some more stamps with addresses on, because every time I put an address, it's always this Paris address. So I need another stamp with an address on. So if anybody can recommend one. So now I'm going through my stamps. I want a blue one. I know I'm sending it to Paris, but let's pretend I've been in Spain, shall we? Should we put you on there? Yeah, quite like that. We'll have you. You'll do very nicely, Mr. Spanish man. Oh, I've used dark glitter. I don't normally for these things. Never mind. Go all the way around. Stick you down. And then I've got my little postmark. That's also Paris. And I've got a little one of these. I'll stick you up in the corner. I might go one on the back as well. There we go. And that did sort of add a little bit of stamping to this, just to finish it off. There we go. And that, less than half an hour. Go me. That is how I made those, and that will fit in there. Or you can just put some coffee dyed paper in there, whatever, but that will fit in there. Managed to glue a bit in there. There, that's fine. So that will go in there if that's what I want to do. So there we are. That is a quick little make with that thin little paper there that I had. Hope you like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll have some close-up pictures for you coming out at the end. And I'll see you all again very, very soon. And thank you, Ivy, for gifting me this lovely paper. Okay, see you all again soon.